Alright, hey guys, sorry for the delay. I was filming part 2 of the book tour, but then my phone cut all of a sudden for some reason. But actually I think it was because I didn't have enough memory on my phone. The space in my phone was filled up, so I had to go back and delete some stuff, so I'm just have to refilm this, but no problem. So I'm just gonna go through the rest of my bookshelf and show you my other books that I have. So let's get started here. So, right here I've got kind of like a Dean Koontz section. First one is Night Chills. Haven't read that one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's about, I think it's like about this town, and like these scientists are doing an experiment, but it causes like a bunch of people, like basically the whole town, to like start like killing people and like doing all kinds of stuff. So it sounds pretty intense, and I'm excited to read it. Hopefully I can get to it fairly soon. It's not the highest on my to-read list, but hopefully I can get to it fairly soon. Intensity by Dean Koontz. This one had like really good ratings on Amazon, and some people were putting it in like their top 5 of Dean Koontz, but I don't know. I read it. I was kind of disappointed, but probably just because I was expecting it to be kind of fast-paced and everything. But it was still a good book, though. I mean, I really like the main character, China, in it. You know, I thought she was a pretty cool female character. And it's a pretty good psychological thriller, psychological horror, so if you like that kind of stuff, then I would definitely recommend that one. I think I'd give it like a 4 out of 5 stars. It was still good. I was a little bit disappointed, but it was still good, though. This is Forever Odd and Brother Odd. I have the first Odd Thomas book, but I don't have it here right now, so sorry about that. The first Odd Thomas was really good. It was great, actually. I think it was one of Dean Koontz's best. Forever Odd, which was the sequel, and that one I really didn't like. I thought that one kind of sucked, actually. It was just really slow paced, and it really just dragged on forever, and the whole book felt really forced, so I don't know. It just wasn't very good. Brother Odd was significantly better, but it was pretty good, but it still didn't have that same Odd Thomas feel like the first one did. I don't know if the rest of the books will ever have that feel, or if the rest of the books do. I mean, I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to continue with the series, but I don't know. I may or may not. We'll see. The first Frankenstein book in the Frankenstein series. This is The Prodigal Son. Really, really good. It very fast paced. It kept me reading. I really enjoyed it. You know, in fact, I might even say this is my favorite. It's my favorite book yet by Dean Koontz, and I can't wait to continue with the series. I don't have any of the other books, but I want to get the second one and the third one soon. There's 5 books in the series, so hoping to get those fairly soon. Actually got all 5 of these for Christmas. Watchers, which is supposed to be one of his best, and Whispers, Strangers, which from what I've heard is kind of like The Stand by Stephen King, but it's a little bit different. Strange Highways, which is basically like a book of short stories by Dean Koontz, and I'm actually going to be reading that one pretty soon because I've read a few short story books by Stephen King, and they've always been really good, so I'm kind of interested to see how, you know, a short story collection by Dean Koontz is. So, Life Expectancy. And then I've read these 2, Midnight. Pretty good. Again, I wasn't blown away by it, but it's still pretty good, and the concept is pretty interesting too. So, plus it has a really good opening. So, and here's The Funhouse, which is actually the first Dean Koontz book I ever read. It's what got me into Dean Koontz. It was really, really good book up until the ending. The ending to that book just absolutely sucks. It really knocked the book down for me a bit. So, pretty good book until the ending. So, I mean, if you like endings that aren't good, which I'm pretty sure no one does, then, I mean, I don't know. I'd recommend reading it, but just beware, the ending really does suck. I got these for Christmas as well, which is all the Joe Hill novels. And if you didn't know, Joe Hill is actually Stephen King's son, so that's pretty cool, since I'm a big fan of Stephen King. Heart-Shaped Box, Horns, NOS 4A2, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but and then 20th Century Ghost, which is like a book of novella short stories by Joe Hill. You know, all the books have gotten pretty good ratings. I'm particularly excited to read this one. right here. I think it's like about like a vampire, like kind of like a vampire demon or something, and he captures like children and he takes them to this place, like this other dimension called Christmas Land, on this motorcycle that he has. And when the children get there, they're like possessed, but like it's every day is Christmas. So I don't know. It's a really interesting concept, and I can't wait to read it. All right, moving down the shelves. Bazaar of Bad Dreams, which is actually the newest book by Stephen King. It actually just came out like last month, I think. Well, no, I think it was either November or December. I can't remember, but yeah, this is the newest one. Obviously, this is first edition, and it's his newest book of short stories. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited about that one. And it's cool to have, you know, it's cool to have the newest Stephen King book like right when it comes out. It's just, I don't know, it just feels pretty cool. First time that's ever happened to me. Salem's Lot, which I read on a Kindle, and I stopped about halfway through. I don't know why. I mean, I was enjoying it. I don't know. I stopped for some reason. It's been a while. It was a while ago, but you know, I can't wait to pick it up again. I'm probably going to start over just because I don't remember where I left off. I don't remember a whole lot about the book, but definitely a great book by Stephen King. You know, The Stand, which I hear is one of Stephen King's best. I haven't read it. Pretty, like one of his, I don't know, is it his biggest book? I don't know. I'm reading Under the Dome, which is about 1,074 pages, and I know it is pretty big too. I'm not sure how many, I can't remember how many pages it has. I don't know how many pages The Stand has. It probably depends on whether you have the paperback or the hardcover, but very, very big book. But I watched the miniseries. I thought it was pretty good, so you know, hopefully it's like the book, or hopefully the miniseries was a good adaptation of The Stand. But yeah, I'm excited to read it since it's apparently one of his best. Eyes of the Dragon. This one started off like this was phenomenal at first, but then like I don't know, just in my opinion, it kind of just went downhill like from the middle to the end. It just got kind of one of the main characters kind of got annoying to me. So I don't know. A lot of people like it. You know, it was good. It wasn't great though. I mean, the beginning, like I said, the beginning was really good, but then like as it got farther along, I just kind of, I don't know, didn't like it as much. Dolores Claiborne, very good. This is like in my top 5, surprisingly. The movie was great too, with Kathy Bates, which isn't surprising. Kathy Bates is awesome, but yeah, really good book. You probably all know what it's about, but yeah, just really good. Kind of like what would it be? It's not a psychological horror. It's more of like a contemporary horror type of thing, I think. But yeah, it's pretty good. Pet Sematary, which is another one of my top 5, really good. One of my favorite main characters in Stephen King's books, Louis Creed, and I don't know. The main protagonists are just likable in general, so, but yeah, really good book, really good story. I haven't seen the movie, I don't plan to, because I hear the movie sucked, and I don't want the book to be ruined for me, so, yeah. Cell, much like Eyes of the Dragon, started off really good. You know, I thought it was going to be like a zombie book, but then it just turned into a stupid, in my opinion, it turned into like kind of a dumb idea about how the zombies started to like, they turned into they were less like zombies by the end of the book and more just like mentally, I don't even know. It's confusing, but started off really well, but then when it got to about the middle and to the end, just it kind of lost steam, I think. And plus, one of the characters, there was one of the characters in there that just really got on my nerves. Really didn't like him. So, Different Seasons. Really good book of short stories. Full Dark No Stars is probably my favorite right now, but I haven't read like Skeleton Crew or Night Shift or anything yet. But Full Dark No Stars is probably my favorite. But Different Seasons is pretty good. I really enjoyed The Shawshank Redemption, which I think is probably the best one in there. Apt Pupil was really good. A bit long in my opinion, but still very good. The Body. Now, you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of people don't like the breathing method, and they like The Body. I disagree, actually. I really didn't like the... It's not that I didn't like the body, I thought it was okay, but like I thought the characters in the body were kind of annoying and kind of just, I don't know, stupid kids, really. I mean, I don't know, but they just kind of got on my nerves, and plus I'd already seen the movie, which is a pretty good adaptation of the body, so I knew it was going to happen, but yeah, so, you know, good story overall. I mean, it's just, I don't know, I just have a different opinion from the majority, I guess, but yeah, and I like the breathing method too. A lot of people don't seem to like that one, but I don't know, I thought it was pretty good. Bag of Bones, haven't read it yet, but here's kind of like a haunted, like kind of a, it's got romance in it, I don't know, but I hear a lot of good things about it, so excited to read that one. 4 Past Midnight, haven't read it, but it's got Secret Window, Secret Garden, I think that's how you say it, and The Langoliers and a few other stories, but haven't read it, but obviously I will. It, which is like I was saying, one of his biggest books besides The Stand Under the Dome, so obviously people talk this one up a lot. I hear it's one of his best. I haven't read it. I started on it and I put it down because it was kind of slow, but I'm going to pick it up again and I'm going to read the whole thing. So, Revival, which is a newer one. Gunslinger, which is the first book in the Dark Tower series. Again, heard a lot of good things about it, but haven't read it yet, but I do plan to. Firestarter, Skeleton Crew, which Firestarter is by the girl named Troy that can start fires. Skeleton Crew, you know, another book of short stories. Misery, my absolute favorite by Stephen King. The Long Walk, which was pretty good. Thinner, which I think is really good too. I know some people didn't like Thinner, but I did. And then the last shelf here, Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Didn't finish that one, put it down. It just really kind of bored me, so I probably will never pick that one up again. Needful Things, absolutely epic, very good book by Stephen King. If you haven't read it, check it out definitely. Green Mile, great book, great movie adaptation, like one of the best Stephen King movie adaptations of all time. Very good. The Shining, which is in my top 5, like number 2, that is awesome. You know, that bullshit, you know, 1980 Jack Nicholson version did not do it justice. Good movie in its own right, but still, terrible adaptation. Doctor Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining, pretty good. Really like Danny as the main character, very likable. But yeah, if you haven't read Doctor Sleep, I'd recommend it. Christine, obviously about the possessed car, again in my top 5. Love Christine, one of my favorites by him. Some people think it's slow, but I disagree. The Road by Cormac McCarthy, good book, excellent movie. If you haven't checked out the movie, would recommend that too. Great movie. Exorcist, which is a terrifying book. It's obviously an iconic movie, but the book is very good too. I'd recommend it. And we got the Game of Thrones series. I don't have the second one right now because I lent it out to my dad, but hopefully I get that back soon. But yeah, I've read 1, 2, 3, and 4. Haven't read Dance with Dragons yet, but I plan to soon. And 1984 by George Orwell. So that's my bookshelf right now. There's a few more books I have that I don't have on my shelf right now, but I plan to get them on there soon. And plus I have a few books that are supposed to be coming in the mail in the next week or so, so I'll show you guys those. But yeah, that's my bookshelf. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.